Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Katie with John Henry's, and a new year brings new things and new recipes. And today I'm going to share with you how to make my famous bacon burger chili. If you haven't tried our bacon burger, you're missing out. It's a proprietary blend of ground beef and our nitrate-free hickory smoked bacon, and it is amazing. I didn't really think that beef and smoky flavoring would be a good mixture, but oh my goodness, it's awesome. So we're going to take 3 pounds of bacon burger bulk. This would normally be packaged in 1 pound packages, but I had my butcher specifically package this for this chili today. And we can do that. We offer special packaging if you're looking for something like that. So we're going to just go ahead and open the package. And we're going to put this all in our stock pot. And we're going to turn it on medium and get this cooking. Keep in mind that our ground beef is ground very lean, but we do have that extra fat from the bacon in our bacon burger bulk. So you are going to hear some sizzling and everything, but I like to add a little bit of water to my pan usually when I'm starting to break the burger apart. Once that started cooking, we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of beef broth to our pan. Now, you can either use a beef broth that you purchased at the store. You can use a homemade broth, which I usually do, but today I'm a little short on that, so I prefer to use this better than bouillon beef base that works really well and has really great flavor. So we're going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of the beef base into our pan. And now, 2 cups of water. With our burger, we immediately package it once it is ground. And that means it takes away all of the oxygen from the burger, which will turn it darker. Sometimes even with the bacon in there, it will kind of turn it almost kind of gray looking. It's perfectly safe, perfectly wonderful, and perfectly delicious, even though it's a little bit different color. All right. While the meat is cooking, we're going to go ahead and start chopping our vegetables. I like to use peppers, and I like to use a variety of peppers. So I usually pick one like red, orange, yellow, one of each of the colors, and then a green one. I like to also secretly hide as many vegetables in my chili as I possibly can because my kids aren't huge vegetable eaters. So I like to stick as many as I can into secret dishes so that way they're getting all of their vegetables, but not seeing it. Many people prefer larger chunks of the peppers and onions, but like I said, my kids do not. So I'm going to slice these and put them in my little food processor and get them ready to go for my family. So now that I have chopped up and processed my 4 peppers and 3 onions, they're here in the bowl and ready to go in the pan. As you can see, very small pieces, barely detectable for children. Combine that with the meat and the broth and let that cook down just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and let this cook down for about 10 minutes. Then we'll add our beans and our tomato sauce. So before I add the beans and sauce. I like to put in my seasonings. You can really put them in first thing with the meat or last thing with the soup. It's totally up to you, but I'm gonna put them in now. I'm gonna use a half a teaspoon of salt. And since I'm kind of generally a shake it in there and not measure kind of person, I do have everything though nicely measured out for you. And we're going to do a half teaspoon of pepper. And the last thing would be the chili pepper. Now, I'm gonna start off with 2 teaspoons, but as time goes on, you may want to add a little bit more if you'd like a little bit more spice. But this is definitely more for a kid-friendly recipe, so it's not going to be super hot. Let's go ahead and stir that all up. Ooh, I can smell the bacon and the onions. Ooh, they smell yummy. All right, let's go ahead and add the beans and sauce. Now, I do buy chili beans in a chili sauce already, but if you buy just regular beans, or maybe you like to prepare them yourself, you are going to need to add a lot more chili powder if it does not have the chili sauce with it. It's looking good. Now, the biggest thing with chili is you're going to need to let it simmer for a long time. The longer you let it simmer, the better. So usually I plan to have chili like the day after I make it. Usually I'll come home from work and start all of the prep, put it all together, let it simmer that night until I'm about ready to go to bed. Then I'll put it into the fridge and we'll have it the next day for dinner. Just because it really allows all of the flavors of the onions and the peppers and the meat and everything to just really kind of combine and really make a delicious chili. Perfect. So I'm just going to let that go ahead and simmer. It's a little hard away, and I'll be back to finish everything up. Now that this has been simmering for a couple hours, I'm going to do the final touches to the bacon burger chili. That is, I like to add a little bit of this roasted red pepper and tomato soup. I don't add the entire box, but probably half a box or a little less, depending on how thick my chili is and how thick I'd like it to be. If you prefer it to be more of a soup kind of consistency, you can add a little bit more. If you prefer more of like a stew or a chunkier chili, then add a little bit less. Now, stir that in good, and then do a little taste test to make sure that it's at the right spiciness for you and your family. Before I tasted it, I did notice it needed just a little bit more chili powder, so I'm going to go ahead and add that now. Okay, that should be all set to go. So if you've really enjoyed this recipe, please consider liking and subscribing. We really appreciate you supporting our farm. Ooh, that's not gonna work. I didn't realize that was gonna move. That's perfectly normal. With our burger, when we package it, hang on. Okay. Ooh, that is really messy. Never mind. If you haven't tried our bacon burger chili, bacon burger chili, that's not what I wanted.